And this week, we're going over Week 14 of the NFL season. There's many games going on this week, particularly a couple of games that I think you should look for. First, the Eagles-Cowboys game, which is later in the day in prime time because it's the Cowboys game. But this game is huge. Lots of playoff implications for both sides. The Cowboys are looking to get the 1 seed in the NFC, where the Eagles are holding on to that 1 seed in the NFC. These two titans of a team this year have already battled. Their first game, the Eagles got the best of the Cowboys, but just barely. Now, the Cowboys are at home in Philadelphia, coming off of a bad loss against San Francisco. They're going to have to fight against the red-hot Cowboys, when at home they have defeated every single team by 20-plus points a week. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens. Maybe we could have a classic shootout, or it could just be another Dallas blowout. Stay tuned, watch the game, and I'll have an answer next week. Now, a couple other games you should look for is the Bills-Chiefs game. Every couple years, the last couple years, they've been playing each other. The Chiefs, during the regular season against the Bills, haven't really got the best of them. But in the playoffs, it's a whole different story. The Bills always lose to the Chiefs in the playoffs. But during the regular season, the Bills always beat the Chiefs. I don't know why, but this year it's different. Both teams aren't playing as well, but the Chiefs are playing slightly better and have more wins. The Bills right now, they're out of the playoff picture, so this game is going to be huge for them. Josh Allen's coming off of a bye week, and Mahomes is coming off of a bad loss to Green Bay. It's in Kansas City. It's going to be a crazy crowd. It's at 4 o'clock. It's going to be a crazy game. I personally want the Bills to win, but I think the Chiefs will win. Another big game, I believe, is Rams in Baltimore. As a Ravens fan, I always want them to win, but it's Odell Beckham Jr.'s coming out party to the Rams. The last time they played against the Rams was when he played on the Rams in the Super Bowl. Now, granted, in that Super Bowl, he tore his ACL, so he hasn't put on the Rams uniform and played for them. But this time, he's going to go up against the Rams, and hopefully he can put up a show, because this is his coming out party. And the Ravens are just fighting for the 1 seed right now, so it's definitely going to be an interesting fight. There's lots of other games this week, but there's not as many good games this week. There's a bunch of coin flip games like the Buccaneers, Falcons, Lions, Bears, Colts, Bengals. Now, the Bengals game could be very, very interesting. Jake Browning had a phenomenal game on Monday night, putting up 34 points and beating the Jaguars. Now, the Colts have been a very good team this year. They're 7-5, and they're looking at a playoff picture. It's going to be interesting. Some other games, Jags-Browns, going to be a stinker. Panthers-Saints, I don't know about that. Now, the Texans-Jets, I don't know about that. Zach Wilson's coming back. He's starting again after they benched him. And the Texans are they're a fun team to watch. C.J. Stroud has just been playing lights-out football with 3,540 yards and 20 touchdowns to only 5 picks. The Seahawks-49ers game, I don't think that game's going to be close whatsoever. The Seahawks lost to the Niners on Thanksgiving. It was a blowout, and now they're playing against the red-hot Niners at home at 4 o'clock. I just don't think it's good. Close. The Niners are looking for the 1 seed too, and I think they're going to put on a statement win. Brock Purdy is playing very, very well with a little over 3,000 yards and 23 touchdowns to only 6 picks. And my favorite MVP right now is Christian McCaffrey with over 1,000 rushing yards and 12 touchdowns for a total of 17 total touchdowns through the air and through the ground. That game's going to be good, but I don't think it's going to be that close. There's a few other games, like the Broncos-Chargers game, which could be good, which could not. The Broncos they're a dog horse. I don't understand them that much. They win good games and they lose bad games. The Chargers are just with the Chargers. I don't really understand what's going on with them. They're inconsistent, but they have a very good roster. I think Herbert's playing good, but everyone else is just not playing up to par. I think Austin Eckler is regressing a lot. But, I mean, who knows? It could be a shootout. I wouldn't be surprised. It could be a blowout. I'm not really sure. Now, what makes this week very interesting, other than the huge games going on this week, is there's a double Monday night games. The Titans versus the Dolphins and the Packers at the Giants. I think the Dolphins will easily beat the Titans. I don't think that game will be close. Packers-Giants, I also don't think will be close. The Packers have come alive in the second half of the season. They've been playing some lights-out football. Jordan Love is balling out with almost 3,000 yards, 22 touchdowns, but 10 picks. But I still think that they beat the Giants. I don't think the Giants are that good. They're just, the New York teams, but I don't understand them. The Dolphins, I think, will just beat the Titans, and I think Hill is going to hit 2,000 yards this season. He already has over 1,400 yards, almost 1,500 yards and 12 touchdowns. I think he'll get another 150, maybe even 200 yards, but we're just going to have to find out. Stay tuned. I'm Rylan, and this is my weekly preview of the games of Week 14.